So last night was essentially Black Friday for fig collectors around the United States. It was the annual Figaholics cutting sale, and at 6 p.m. Pacific time on Friday, February 16th, the floodgates opened. Many growers, gardeners, and fig lovers tried to place their order and get it in before their favorite varieties were sold out. Many people were left frustrated because they couldn't get a hold of De La Senora. Many people were elated because they finally got that super red hybrid. And many people were having a sense of regret in their heart because they spent way more money than they planned to. In this video, we're going to look at about 10 different varieties that were the fastest to sell. They literally sold out within minutes. Some of them sold out within a minute. And that's pretty wild. So let's get into it. So I was able to determine the first 5 figs to sell out. So the first one is Borda Baraquer. Baraquer. Baraque. Baraquer. Borda Bare. Baraquer. Borda Baraquer. The funny thing about this is Harvey's review is actually not that good of the fig. So it reads like this. It's a Spanish fig and has not grown very well for us at this location. We have grafted another tree and planted it next to our original tree in the orchard to enable us to offer more cuttings. Fruit is small to medium size with moderate intense berry flavor, moderate sweetness, jammy texture. So you read that and you don't really think it's that special of a fig. So why did it sell out so fast? Well, a lot of the times people will go to websites like Figbid or Etsy and see what are the most expensive cuttings that are being sold, and then just try to buy those ones, I guess, in an effort to kind of flip them and make some money. Sometimes there's just like legends, like Borda might be one that tastes really good or grows well in a certain region. But definitely there is like this hype and lore around this one. All right, so the next one is called De la Gloria. It's another Spanish fig. And Harvey says, our tree bore fruit at a young age, which was sweet with a good flavor. Due to an accident in our orchard, our tree was severely damaged in late 2018 and has now recovered enough for pruning. Again, not a super enticing review. Why did this one sell out? I don't know. The fig world is definitely an interesting place. There are like trendy figs. There are online communities where like word spreads and just like people want to add these to collections. I don't have answers for you, okay? I'm just reporting which one sold the fastest. The third one in the top 5 is De La Senora Hivernenca. The review says it has grown fairly slow for us and was shared by my good friend Neil. The fruit was medium to large in size, moderately sweet with a unique flavor, perhaps some type of berry. Pulp had a nice jammy texture. This one is pretty popular. I have seen it on Figbid. I have heard it being discussed. There are some reviews on YouTube. Looks like a great fig. Not surprised to see that one's sell out. All right, the fourth one is called Irene's Black Greek. This is one I actually personally wish I could have got. It sold out very fast, and to me, it has like a really nice story to it. Irene's Dark Greek is a fig we received in 2019 from my great friend Dennis Johnson, a longtime figaholic in North Carolina. The tree appears to be very productive, and our first fruit from the tree was much better than expected from such a young and small tree. It had medium to rich berry flavor, moderately to very sweet dark red pulp, and medium in size. Dennis assured me the fruit will get even better as the tree ages. There's actually a video on YouTube from who I assume is Dennis Johnson in North Carolina, who was reviewing Irene's Dark Greek, and it was just from a woman he met at the farmer's market who they had a conversation about figs, and she understood that he loved figs, and she had this tree and gave him a cutting. He said something very, very big in his video. If all of his other trees died and he just had that one, he would be happy. So when a fig collector and someone who's been doing this for a long time says something like that, that's really interesting, and that's a special fig to me, and wish I could have had this one. All right, the fifth one in the top 5 was Moro da Caneva, also called Nerino. This is a very old heirloom Italian variety dating back to the 14th century that a good friend shared with us, who said it also sometimes called Fico Nerino. This fig is written about at this page from the area where it originates. This is the first year our tree has produced ripe fruits, and they were unusually long and had a very small eye and were very sweet and had a nice strawberry jam flavor. So that's a description that'll make you want to click the buy button. This one I know has like rave reviews from Raddi on YouTube, who's another big fig figfluencer. Can we call him that? A figfluencer? This one sold out early last year and probably years before in the past. So those were the first five that I observed to be sold out first. But then shortly after that, there were a bunch more that got marked as sold out. Within 30 minutes, there were probably about 16 varieties that were sold out. So let's go through a few more of those. Belleclare Sport. This is one I missed out last year on. This fig came from our friend Dave, who obtained the original Belleclare nursery tree once shown on Martha Stewart's program. In that program, the old tree had a somewhat weeping structure, but pruning our tree appears to stimulate more vigorous growth. 2020 is the first year our tree has fruited, and the fruits were very large with a small eye. The fruit was very sweet with a mild berry flavor. There's actually a pretty amazing video on YouTube of the Martha Stewart episode where she went to the Belleclare nursery, and the owner of that nursery was showing the Belleclare Sport, he called it, the weeping tree, and other trees in his collection. Calderona. This one sold out really fast. This, fun fact, this was the most expensive cutting, coming in at $30 per cutting. This fig originates from Spain. Our tree has not grown nearly vigorous enough to supply the demand for cuttings, so our tree is small. This fruit was very jammy and awesome in appearance. Awesome, he said. He doesn't really say that too often. It had very intense berry flavor, mild sweetness, and slight acidity. A very pretty and delicious fig. So it's Saturday afternoon, and there are a bunch of figs that are sold out that I haven't mentioned. So I'm just going to name them really quickly as we go through this list. Barbera Branca, that one I have and I highly recommend. It was on my top 5 last year. It's a huge fig, really fun to grow. One called Black Portuguese from Belleclare, similar to figs like Black Madeira, Figo Preto, Madeira Island Black, and Violetta, and maybe even Craven's Craving. Those are all prime figs if you can grow them and ripen them. Colonel Lippmann's Black Cross is sold out. This one is pretty popular. A lot of reviews of this one on YouTube. I haven't tried it personally, but I did get some cuttings of that and looking forward to trying it. I know, what's his name? Backyard Figs? I think he goes by Backyard Figs, but he's like a just artist fig collector, and I think he's in somewhere around Michigan or something like that. But he has said good things about Colonel Lippmann's Black Cross, has a good review on it. Del San Juan Gran. This one was also in my top 5 last year. Amazing fig. I would have bought more of that, but I don't need to at this point. So that was one way that I had a little bit of discipline. But Harvey's cuttings of these in particular, at least the ones I got, were super strong. And those trees were very healthy, very vigorous. And that's an amazing variety to have, Del San Juan Gran. One called Dels Ermitans. It's a Spanish variety which does not grow vigorously for us, but is very productive. Fruits are very sweet with a berry flavor. With the skin, there's a bit of acidity. This one's mysterious to me. I've never heard of it, obviously never tried it. The review isn't that great, but it seems to sell out a lot. It sold out fast last year too. So that's Dels Ermitans. This one called GM175 Gozo Gem. This one sold out fast last year and this year again. It's a fig originating from Malta. Harvey says, our tree is still fairly young and is growing slow, but had large dark figs on it. The fruit had a small eye with a drop of honey sealing it. The fig was very delicious, very syrupy, very sweet, and a moderate berry flavor that reminded me of strawberry jam with moderate seed crunch. Amazing description. Figs with a small eye are notable for people in humid, rainy climates. Highly sought after figs that have small eyes. Just in general, it's great to have a small eye, which is the bottom part of the fig. Smaller it is, the less likely it is for moisture or insects to get up inside of there and destroy the fruit for you. So that's a very attractive quality. This one is interesting, sold out fast 2 years in a row. Anyways, there are many more that sold out. You can go to figaholics.com and see for yourself. There are still a lot available right now. So I highly recommend, ordering from Harvey. You're going to get what is labeled and coming from a trustworthy source. It's great that we have these cuttings now and we can propagate them and continue spreading them throughout the world. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you got the cuttings that you wanted. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you got and let me know what you want. And let's have a great growing season this year. See you next time.